been quite a week. Today was my dad's memorial service. Even though he passed away in February, my family decided not to do a memorial service until the summer because, quite honestly, none of us could deal with doing it right away. But coming back from Toronto to have to go and do that was pretty tough because you're already going through all of the emotions and depression and everything of leaving all your friends and everything from Toronto. That just to come back to something that's also saying goodbye to someone was, I guess, harder than I expected. But I wanted to talk about Toronto because it was just incredible. It was just incredible. I want to talk about people. I want to talk about the people that made Toronto for me. So I don't have this scripted in with my ADD. This could be long and lingering, but I really don't care. Because the people that I want to talk about, hopefully they'll watch it. And my friends will watch it. And hopefully, I hope the rest of you will watch it, because the people I'm talking about are really cool. Both on YouTube, but even more so when you turn off the computer. And the whole thing started with me when I was greeted by Mike and Gary, Muso SF, and Anakin 1814. They came to my house, they got in my car, and off we went. Mike and I already have an amazing friendship. So poor Gary was kind of on the short end of it, where he didn't know our inside jokes. But within 2 minutes of being around Gary, I knew that I was going to absolutely love the guy. And to show him my love, almost immediately I started teasing him as harshly as I possibly could. We got into some really cool discussions about like philosophical things. And I can only take that for so long before I have to change it into something that's funny. Especially when I'm around people who can talk deeper than I can for longer amounts of time. So poor Gary, he got teased more in the span of 4 hours than I've teased anyone in probably years. And he took it all. And man, I just love the guy. He and I could hang out for hours, days, weeks, and he might get sick of me, but I know I wouldn't get sick of him. He's an amazing guy. He's probably one of, if not the most genuine guy I can remember meeting. Gary, you're just a hell of a guy, and I hope we continue this friendship for a long time. Of course, getting there, I knew that my friends, who have been my friends for a long time, Mike and Joe and Marissa and Jane and Marianne and Tim, and Jason, I knew they were all going to be there. And so I expected that I would be hanging out with them. When we arrived at the hotel shortly after, in comes Katie Blog as we are going to go to dinner. And she is the only person that I met there that I was at first starstruck by. And for the first hour, I acted like a complete idiot. Just because when it comes to Katie Blog, she is what I aspire to be as a vlogger, because she doesn't give a shit. And she will say what she has to say. She doesn't care what your reaction is. And she just has the guts that I aspire to have one day. And meeting her, it was so surreal because she was a normal person. And I wasn't when I first met her. I was a complete idiot. But I think she granted me about an hour of immunity of being stupid. She was okay with it for a little while. And then once I calmed down, I think that she and I had a decent connection, and I just adore her. It was just great meeting her. It was great seeing her in real life and how her personality is, and she was everything I hoped she would be. The karaoke party was outrageous. I can't thank everyone enough for coming out there. I hope that if you were there, I found you a drink, bought you a drink, led you in the way of a drink, and I hope you had a really good time. But that's when I met the next person that I was just so happy to see in real life, because I'm such a fan of hers. And I hate using the word fan on YouTube, but with Claire, I'm just a fan, because she is so artistic, and she has such an amazing mind when it comes to her videos. But she and I got to talk about what I do for a living and what she wants to do for a living, and then we got to just talk about life in general. It was just weird to have that immediate of a friendship, where I mean, I knew that she and I were going to be friends for as long as she could take my dumb ass, within 5 minutes of talking to her. Claire, thank you so much for just being a part of the things that I invited you to, and for taking time to sit and talk with me and joke with me and put up with all the craziness that you saw. I had a blast meeting you, and you have my 100% respect as a human being. You're a great person. And then to meet someone who I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about. And by the end of our first conversation, I knew that this was somebody who, on so many different levels, I could relate to. I've said some bad things about Christopher Mast in a video that I've now taken down, and I'll tell you right now, I was dead wrong about him. He is probably the most misunderstood person on YouTube, and some of it's his fault. I mean, he puts up a character on his videos, but when you get to sit down and talk to him, and when you get to interact with him in a group situation where the Christopher Mast mask has come off, there's one hell of a human being. Enough emo-ness about Mast, because he's still an asshole every now and then, but I love you, my brother. Then the other person that I was dying to meet and had no idea what to expect is now my good friend Michelle. Anything sarcastic. You gotta be kidding me with the phone. You gotta be kidding me with the phone. There's a part of me that I don't show in my videos. I show it sometimes in my comments, but I don't show them in my videos, and maybe one day I will. But it is my completely inappropriate sense of humor. I met in Michelle somebody who is quicker than me when it comes to that kind of thing. Man, she is just so funny. And she and I were able to go back and forth, and she didn't get offended once, and she could have like 3 or 4 times. But man, we just had such a blast talking and watching people, and having our own little conversations and inside jokes. She is my comedic soulmate, I think. Unless she's insulted by that, and if she is, screw you, Michelle, you are. Watching her deal with a certain person who is trying to hit on her. If you're not familiar with Michelle, she's not into guys. And there was a particular guy that even knew that, and I just think that he thought if he hugged her enough times that sooner or later she'd snap into heterosexuality. And watching her handle it and manipulate it, oh my god, I wanted to hug her myself just because she was so funny. She was just so great. Anyway, Michelle, you have a new admirer, a new fan, and quite honestly, I hope you have a new friend forever, because I just dig you. I think you're the greatest. And then there was Smiley D and Maria and Batatackley and Pippley and Hephosaurus and God, all the people that just kind of ended up hanging out in our group of rooms. I had so much fun with you guys. Got to meet my little sister, WPG Peanut, Mandy. And Mandy, you are great too. You're everything I hoped you would be, and that's a compliment. At some point, maybe I'll make a video about the best experience of all of Toronto, which for someone was probably their worst experience in Toronto, but it showed me the heart of my true friends. But I'm gonna wait for the person who it may have been the worst experience for to kind of let the cat out of the bag, and then maybe I'll post my take on it. Because to me, it showed how much friends can love each other, and to me, that was something special. I know that a lot of you are waiting for the collab, and I'm going to do it as soon as I can. If you're waiting for video footage from me from Toronto, don't wait, because you won't see any. I think I took maybe 8 minutes worth of footage, and if I find it, I'll put it up. But I didn't want a camera in my hand getting in between me and somebody else. I just wanted to be able to talk to people and get to know them and soak it all in and have a great time. And I make no apologies for that. So it was great. Thank you, everyone who helped just make it such a great experience for me. I appreciate it. And all of you who asked about Andrea and asked about Cam and wanted to know how they were doing. To me, that was just awesome, because it showed that you care about my life and you care about my family, and man, what a surreal experience. So thanks for watching.